time for a story, it's time for a story. Come and join us, my friend. Sheko an accent, sheko an kala imo odegeso. It's time to sit down, it's time to listen. Boys and girls, it's story time. Hadarabtid ina makashit kala imo odegeso.
Hello, my name is Teacher Matilda, and today I want to read this wonderful book. They say, Papi, how many stars are in the sky? This is written by Angel Vigil and illustrated by Edel Ahmed and Martin James. Wherever they visit their grandparents' farm, Ariana, Carlos, and Maria gather after dinner to listen to their grandfather's stories. On warm nights, they sat on the porch, with grandfather rocking peacefully in his old wooden rocking chair. He always waited until dusk to begin. Like children everywhere, the children had a favorite story. And like grandparents everywhere, the grandfathers never tired of telling it. That night was a perfect night for that story. As they looked up at the evening sky, just beginning to fill with its bright shining stars, the children began to chant, Papi, ¿cuántas estrellas hay en el cielo? Papi, how many stars are in the sky? Papi gazed lovingly at each of these grandchildren and asked them, ¿Cuántas piensas tú? How many do you think? Carlos raised his arm to the starry darkness, saying, There must be a zillion of them. Used as he had countless times before, Papi gazed up toward the stars and pointed his whatever finger. You see, mijos, every time a child is born, a new star is added to the sky, and that star shines forever for the child. That is why there are so many bright, shining stars. Every child is a gift from the universe, and each star tells the story of a child's life. As they listened, the children dreamily searched the starry sky. Imagine all the children in the world, and secretly they tried to find the stars that were theirs, the bright stars telling the story of their lives. Their grandfather's soothing voice continued. If you look around, you can imagine that stars make pictures. We can tell a story about the pictures. Science tonight is a fall night. We see all fall animals. See, over there is a bird that once chased your father in the forest. Can you see the ladle toward the back of the bird? It tells the story of the delicious stew your mother makes for you. Over there is a lizard, like the one I once caught at the water pond. And through the middle of it all ran the bright starry path of the Milky Way, leading you back home if you ever get lost. Knowing that their favorite part of the story was nearing, the children repeated the chorus, Papi, ¿cuántas estrellas hay en el cielo? Papi, how many stars are in the sky? Patiently, the grandfather began, Well, let me count them. Ariana, cuéntalas, you count. Sweet Ariana looked at the sky with steady eyes and proclaimed, Hay una, look, a big one. As the other children smiled, the grandfathers lovingly answered, Yes, Ariana, you are so right. There is one big star in the sky. Does anyone else want to count the stars in the sky? Papi asked. Carlos answered, I'm learning to count in the school. Let me count. Una estrella, dos estrellas, tres estrellas, cuatro estrellas, cinco estrellas, seis estrellas, siete estrellas, ocho estrellas, nueve estrellas, 10 estrellas. With a deep laugh, the grandfather said, Yes, Carlos, there are 10 stars in the sky. But if we keep counting like that, we will never get to bed. Maria, do you want to count? Maria counted carefully. I see una, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Shall I keep counting, Papi? Chuckling softly, the grandfather said, Well, what do you think, children? Should Maria keep counting? But the children knew that their grandfather had finally reached their favorite part. Together, they shouted, Papi, cuenta tú. Dinos cuántas estrellas hay en el cielo. Papi, you count. You tell us how many stars are in the sky. With his calm voice, the grandfather said, Mijos, look at the stars in the night sky. All my life I have been counting the stars in the sky, and now I finally know that there are 50 estrellas in the sky. The children howled with delight. 50? Hay más de 50. 50? There are more than 50. And just as he had countless times before, the grandfather shook his head, saying, No, not the number 50, which does mean 50, but the word 50, which means infinity. That means there are so many stars, you can't count them all. Your life are like that too. There are so many things you can do or be. You can count them all, just like you can't count all the stars. There are no limits. As he put his grandchildren to bed, the grandfather sang a lullaby to them. He sang in Spanish, just as he had heard it sung when he was a child. Duérmete, mi niño, duérmete solito, que cuando despiertes te daré atolito. Duérmete, mi niña, duérmete, mi sol, duérmete, pedazo de mi corazón. Later, snuggled, tuckled in their beds, the children threw of their grandfather's story and all the beautiful stars in the sky. As they fell asleep, they dreamed on the many adventures their life could hold. Aventuras cincuentas. The end. Wow, we read a nice story today. Did you like it? I do like it. Wow, my favorite part is when the grandchild start counting 1, 2, 15, 20, 25. That was amazing. And I think many of you like to hear a story about your grandparents. I love to hear a story about my grandparents. That was really nice story. They made me remind when I was a child. And my daddy read a story about, not my grandparents, but my daddy read stories to me. That was really nice story. I hope your grandparents or maybe your parents can read a story to you at home. That is very important. Thank you, friends.
Hadarabtid ina maqashid kala imo o dhegayso